Okay, y'all, it's Sunday morning. This is Brad again. There's some of the little plants that I have that are outside. It's a gardenia, a holly, a couple of cannas, some oak trees, another little tree back there. I don't know for sure what it's called, but they all do well in the winter. There's a little pot I have that's holding my electric cord up that's going to the Hoophouse so I don't get tangled up in it. Oop, there's my little helper. Let's open this up. These are just some little stakes that I made that I attached to the door of the Hoophouse so you can hold the door open when it gets warm. This right here is one of my Bougainvilleas. A couple of little rose bushes. The black barrel is full of water, and the theory that I had was I fill a black barrel full of water and it will heat up during the day and help keep the Hoophouse warm at night. There is my Lazy Susan that I made. There's the little compost bucket thing, the trash bucket. Here's my water. Here is how I water everything. Here is my little workstation. That is the aquarium stand that I told y'all about, and I just put a board over the top of it. That's just ornamental peppers. That's a lily that it got a little bit dry. Aloe vera, I put it in a fire pit that I didn't have a top for. There's the ficus tree, my original ficus tree. Don't know what that plant is. This one is a plumeria. It will lose all of its leaves and grow them back in the spring. A Norfolk Pine. I don't know what that one is called, but it came in a dish garden for my dad's memorial. It was a tiny little plant when I got it. And then I got a rubber tree. There's a terrarium sitting back there with some moss growing in it, a couple of hostas, a couple of more lilies up there, and a foxtail. There's a fan I have going in here to kind of keep the air circulating. A snapdragon in the square pot. The little red pot, I forgot what that plant is called. Another little rose bush in the blue pot. I think it's called a pineapple plant. There's some of the succulent I used for the terrarium. There's the little bougainvillea that I told you about. The cactus that is over there in the white pot was here at the house when I moved here. A couple of boxwoods. This is a tomato thing. This is just one, I think it was just called green plant when I bought it. There's a rose bush with a bud on it. Down here I have a rubber tree, a asparagus fern with a wine bottle water put in it, a Boston fern, a ponytail plant, azalea, and I don't know what that palm tree thingy is, a peace lily, a cornstalk plant, and a whole bunch of Boston ferns and an asparagus fern. The ivy, some forsythia trees. That is a pineapple plant that I need to pull the weeds out of. I don't know what that is called, but I think it's got a poke salad plant in it. Here's a lime tree, a lemon tree, a hibiscus, a zinnia, another pineapple plant with I think another poke salad plant growing in it. Rubber tree. This is a trumpet plant right here that I dug up out of the yard that I planted the year I moved in the house. It got huge with trumpet plants. If y'all want trumpet plants, just remember they will take over everything. They are very invasive. Hummingbirds love them. It's a lavender plant. There's another plumeria. There's several ficus trees. These are the little ficus trees that I got off of the big one that I was telling y'all about. I just cut them off and poked them in dirt and they grew. The hibiscus plant is fixing to bloom again. Then I have a willow tree. This big plant here that I've got tied up because he slaps me in the face when I walk by him, and I try to keep him from touching the plastic because when they touch the plastic, if it freezes, the leaves freeze. I think that is a periwinkle, but it's got little flowers on it, and I've not seen a periwinkle that looked exactly like that, but I think it's a form of a periwinkle. Several black walnut trees, willow tree, some wisterias that I started from seeds last year, and then just a bunch of little trees and a jade. This broke off of my big Norfolk Pine, and I just poked it in a little pot to see if it would live. Mosquito plant I have, a couple of poinsettias. This one my mom gave me last year. Once again, here's how I water with the ornamental peppers and the lily. 2 Yopon hollies and another Bougainvillea is doing pretty good. Right there, that terracotta pot is a heater. I put a piece of all thread through the terracotta pot and the saucer, and I put candles under it, and it helps keep the hoop house warm. Some kind of a succulent, I don't know the name of it, but it's a piece of that one that I showed you in the terrarium one that I told you it broke off, and I just poked it in there. There is a baby Jew. That's also a hanging plant. This is a ivy that is growing. That is right there in the plant, in the pot that is lined with full on it. An airplane plant or spider plant, whichever you prefer. A Mexican heather, 2 of those, and another little ivy up there. Here is another black beryl, but in this one, I put a aquarium heater to keep the water warm, so it dissipates heat. There's a heater that I have in here that also, it is on a thermostat. Thermostat is up here. It came from Amazon. It comes on at 45 degrees. I try to do what I can to keep all of it warm. There is the, I guess you would say, sand station that I made. The bottom one has pea gravel, then you have sand, and then you have potting soil. And I think that's about everything in here. I hope y'all liked the video. If you have any comments, leave them below. Thank you for watching the video.